When did you realize that it wasn't all about uh, toys and Santa and gifts, and it was more about Jesus?
I would say there was a point when I was like a third grader that I became aware that there was something bigger that we were doing here as what we were worshiping about, and how we were coming together as a family and why we were coming together as a family. And so that year left a big impression on me about what we were doing and why we were doing it. And so it was a good memory, but also it was definitely a shift in what was the reason for what we were doing.
On Christmas morning, I would always pray the minute I got up, and then I would go out and I'd kind of like look at the little crystal baby Jesus thing that we had sitting out.
Like, my family has a little stable set up, and I put it out on the table on like the case we have our DVDs in that our TV goes on. I set that up and I have Jesus in the middle, and every time I look at it, I'm kind of reminded it's about that Christmas is about Jesus.
When did you realize that Christmas wasn't all about toys and Santa and it was all about Jesus?
Well, I think when we were kids, my mother and father were never real religious, but us kids we always went to church, and so as a teenager, I suppose that's when it really kind of hit me that it's not really all about the giving and receiving, but it's more about Christ.
We didn't get presents, so it was pretty much that was the way I grew up.
When I was 9, yeah.
I think as the kids got older and stuff, and then the grandkids came around, they are growing up too, where they do like some of the toys and things like that yet. But like I said, getting together for family and we, say a prayer, remember that it's, Jesus' birth, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
I kind of think I always knew it because we always made church a part of our life, and so I always knew it was Jesus' birth, but I was obviously focused on the presents when I was a kid.
I think probably raising my kids and seeing my grandkids and realizing how important it was for them to know who Jesus Christ was.
I think early on, probably third or fourth grade. Growing up, we always got together with my dad's family on Christmas Eve, and we would do Christmas Eve service at church and stuff. So it was always there in the back of my mind.
I was pretty young when I started worshiping Jesus, but I didn't really get it until I was in my 20s. And someone challenged all my yabbats about whether or not I was going to heaven. Yeah, but I was worried about this. And he got rid of all the yabbats and made me truly on my knees accepting the love of Christ.